So hello everyone. So see, today I am continuing the standard 12 lecture, and last class we have seen certain things about white phosphorus. Clear? So today I am continuing with the one question. See, in last class in last class we have seen certain property about the white phosphorus. Clear? So today we are going to see the why. In last class, if you have studied my video, if you have seen my video, you have seen that I told one point that white phosphorus is highly reactive and stored under the water. Yes or no? So why that white phosphorus is highly reactive? So you have to understand this question, and this question is very important. You have to see this. So in this first point, you remember this, that the white phosphorus structure is tetrahedral. White phosphorus structure is tetrahedral. Clear? Its structure is how much? Tetrahedral. Okay. So this is the structure of white phosphorus. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So this is one P here will come, one P will come here, one P will come here, one P will come here, and these all are joined together. Clear? So this is a structure of white phosphorus. Now the white phosphorus structure is tetrahedral. Whenever structure is tetrahedral, the bond angle expected means how much bond angle should be? Bond angle expected is 90 degree. Bond angle expected is 90 degree. Okay, due to PP overlap. But actually here the bond angle is not 90 degree. Here the bond angle is 60 degree. Here the bond angle is how much? 60 degree. But now see here, the white phosphorus structure is tetrahedral. In tetrahedral structure, according to geometry of chemistry, for tetrahedral structure the bond angle expected is 90 degree. But actually the bond angle after formation of the structure, the bond angle becomes 60 degree. But the actually bond angle is how much? Actually bond angle is 60 degree. Bond angle is 60 degree. Bond angle expectation was 90 degree due to PP overlapping. So, but the actually bond angle is how much? 60 degree. Now, suppose, see, for this, if stable state is 90 degree, for this two bond, the stable state is 90 degree, and if suppose I make the actual angle 60 degree, so this will impart energy or it will not impart energy, it will impart highly energy because they are now highly unstable, because the bond angle was expected to be 90 degree, but the bond angle we have shrink it. The bond angle we have shrink to how much? 60 degree. So they are highly reactive. Clear this part? So actually bond angle is 60 degree means, so the overlapping head to head is not possible. Overlapping head to head is not done. Okay. Overlapping head to head is not done. When overlapping head to head is not done, the bond angle should be 90 degree, but actually it is 60 degree. Means the bond angle is strained. Bond angle is strained. It means the bond angle is strained. So bond angle is in under strained. Under strained. Yes or no? Means he wants to go to 90 degree. This bond angle wants to go to 90 degree, but he is compulsory, he is strained to what? 60 degree. Now due to this the bond angle becomes strained, the overlapping is not head to head, hence due to this reason this white phosphorus is highly reactive. See what, are you getting my point? See, I know this question is bit tough. See, something, if there is a one thing, for example, if there are two angle, when these two angle, when they are not under strain, so they are 90 degree, means these two angle, suppose this is bond number 1, this is bond number 2. Now these two bond, when they are joined together, so when they are joined together and they are stable at 90 degree, they are stable at 90 degree, but compulsory if I compress it and if I comes to the 60 degree, the bond angle was stable at 90 degree, but what I did, I have compressed it, I have strained it, I have compressed, I have pressurized it from 90 degree to 60 degree compulsory. So now I have to continue supply the energy to keep at 60 degree, or if I release my pressure, what will happen? It will come to the 90 degree. Yes or no? Because they are stable at what? 90 degree. But compulsory what I have done? I have applied large amount of pressure to come at the 60 degree. So in this way, same case, the structure is tetrahedral and they wants to be at 90 degree, but due to this bonding between this PP, due to this bonding, the bond angle is 60 degree, but bond angle should be 90 degree, means the bond angle is compressed from 90 to 60 degree. When they are compressed means they are imparting highly energy because they want to go to the 90 degree sudden. That's why this P4 is highly reactive. Clear this part? So write down here, write down. The white phosphorus is highly reactive. White phosphorus is highly reactive. White phosphorus is highly reactive due to its abnormal structure. Due to its abnormal structure, abnormal strained structure, abnormal strained structure. Due to see one thing more. See, for example, if you are expecting 1,000 rupees from your father, suppose on a Diwali, you are expecting 1,000 rupees from your father, and if you get 200 rupees only, so what you will do? You will be unstable or stable? Compulsory you will be stable. So you will impart more energy. You will shout at your father, yes or no, I need 1,000 rupees, I need 1,000 rupees. But your father has given how much rupees? 200. Now you need 1,000 rupees. You are stable at 1,000 rupees, but your father gave you 200 rupees. Means when your father has given you 200 rupees, means father has compressed you. When father has compressed you by giving you 200 rupees, you will impart more energy. You will shout at your home, I need more 800 rupees, I need more 800 rupees. Why? Because you was required, you were stable at 1,000 rupees, but you got 200 rupees. Means your father has strained you, compressed you, pressurized you to take 200 rupees. By taking 200 rupees, you will take 200 rupees, but after taking 200 rupees, you will be unstable, you will be uncomfortable, you will be shouting, I need more 800, I need more 800, because you are stable at 1,000 rupees. So same story is here, the structure is tetrahedral, the structure is tetrahedral, but in tetrahedral structure, the bond angle expected is 90 degree. The bond angle expected is 90 degree. But due to strain structure, due to this bonding, the bond angle actually it is coming 60 degree. The bond angle actually it is coming 60 degree. But bond angle should be how much? 90 degree. Now but bond angle actually is how much? 60 degree. Now so bond angle is 60 degree, but they want to go to 90 degree, means they cannot go to 90 degree. So this structure becomes strained, pressurized, and due to this strained structure, due to this pressurized structure, they impart a high amount of energy. When they impart high energy, means they are unstable, and when they are unstable, they are stored under kerosene. That's why phosphorus is highly reactive. One which is unstable, they are reactive. One which is, see, if you are unstable, you will be reactive, you will shout, you will ask your father, you will fight, yes or no, because you are unstable. When anything is unstable, they will be more reactive. When anything is stable, they will be less reactive. Similarly, here bond angle should be 90 degree, but bond angle becomes 60 degree. When bond angle has become 60 degree, means the structure is strained, pressurized. Now they want to go to the 90 degree, but they cannot go to the 90 degree. When they cannot go to the 90 degree, they have to stay in the 60 degree only. So this structure becomes strained, pressurized, hence this is unstable. When this is unstable, they will impart energy. They will impart energy. That's why the phosphorus structure is highly reactive. That's why white phosphorus is highly reactive. Clear this part? Now write down. White phosphorus is highly reactive due to its abnormal strained structure. See, strained means something which is compressed, pressurized, is known as strained. So due to its abnormal strained structure, P4 is sorry, P4 is a tetrahedral molecule. P4 is a tetrahedral molecule, and bond angle expected is 90 degree, and bond angle is expected is 90 degree, and bond angle expected is 90 degree, and bond angle is expected is 90 degree due to p orbital, due to pp overlap, sorry, due to pp orbital overlap, due to pp orbital overlap, due to pp orbital overlap, but actually bond angle is 60 degree, but actually the bond angle is 60 degree, but actually the bond angle is 60 degree, but actually the bond angle is 60 degree, hence p orbital do not overlap head to head. Please remember this word, okay? We are not discussing in detail, okay? When we come to the school, I will discuss in detail, okay? So head to head. So due to p orbital, what I wrote, what you written? Hence p orbital do not overlap. Hence p orbital do not overlap head to head. Hence p orbital do not overlap head to head. As a result, PP bond becomes strained. As a result, PP bond becomes strained. As a result, PP bond become strained and bent exist and bent exist due to which PP bond becomes strained, and bent exist which makes bond weak, which makes a bond weak. Hence the bond become unstable. And imparts energy and high reactivity due to this reason white phosphorus is highly reactive. And catches fire when exposed to air. Clear? Hence it is stored under kerosene or water. Hence it is stored under water. Clear this part? So see here the question can come in two ways. First question can come, why white phosphorus is highly reactive? First question, clear? So you can write down this answer only. The white phosphorus is tetrahedral and expected 90 degree, 60 degree, bond angle is strained, PP orbital do not overlap head to head, PP bond become bent and strained, and this all everything you know. First question can be why white phosphorus is highly reactive. So for this question, this is only the answer. Another type of question can come, that why white phosphorus is stored under water. For that question also, this is only the answer. Another question can come, why white phosphorus catches fire when exposed to air. So for that question also, same answer. So we have three questions here. For the same three questions, the answer remains same. For the first question is why white phosphorus is highly reactive, same answer. Second question can come, why white phosphorus is stored under water, same answer. And third question can come, why white phosphorus catches fire when exposed to the air. For that question also, answer remains same. Clear this part? Now see here. Now see. I am going to discuss now red phosphorus. Clear? But before going to the red phosphorus, we will see the structure of red phosphorus. And it is another allotrope of phosphorus. So you can make a heading, that is red phosphorus. Okay. See, as the name indicates, red phosphorus, yes, it is actually a red only. Yes, it is a red color phosphorus only. Clear? So as the name indicates, please remember the first, you can write down the key point here. So it is, you can write down here, it is a red crystalline solid substance. Okay, it is a red crystalline solid substance. Clear? Now see here. See, we will see here. So this is the structure of white phosphorus. Yes or no? We have seen. Now how the red phosphorus is made, we will see this, how the red phosphorus is made. There is one process. We are heating the white phosphorus at 576 Kelvin in the absence of air. I will tell that. But before going to the red phosphorus, first see the structure of red phosphorus. Now what happens, see this bond break. Yes or no? This bond break. When bond is breaking, 2 electrons will come out. A bond is formed between 2 electrons. So 1 electron will come here and 1 electron will come here. Yes or no? So here what happened? Here one more, this type of P will combine here. Here also P, here also P, here also P, here also P. Clear? Again here also there was one bond, no? So that bond also broken will come here. Yes or no? So here also one P will combine here. 4P will combine here also. Clear? Here P, here P, here P, and so on. It will go here also, and this continues. This chain, what happens? This chain continues. Okay? This chain continues. Here also it continues. Here also it continues. Means this continues for long. Here also it will continue, and in this side also it will continue. Means this red phosphorus, you can see from the diagram itself, it is an polymeric structure. It is a, so red phosphorus is a polymeric in structure. Yes or no? See, see here also continues, no? In standard 10 also you studied polyethene. Yes or no? They were used to take ethene molecule, and that ethene molecule was cracking, the double bond was converted into single bond, and the ethene molecules were multiplying in left hand side also and right hand side also. That's why we were used to put like this two box, and we were used to put here end. So here also we can do like this only. You can put here one box, and you can say here end. So this P4 molecule, this P4 molecule in red phosphorus, it is associated. Number of P4 molecules are associated, but in white phosphorus the P4 molecule is discrete. Discrete means in Gujarati chuta chuta. Yes or no? So now see what happens, that white phosphorus is a alone molecule, it is a discrete molecule. It is not associated with other P4. For example, in a container, if I fill a white phosphorus, so all molecules are dissociated, they are discrete, separate P4 molecule, they are not associated. Whereas red phosphorus is an associated molecule, that one P4 of red phosphorus is connected to other and so on, and it forms a long chain of molecule. It forms a number of molecules are associated together, and they form a red phosphorus. That's why I say that red phosphorus is an polymeric structure. You can see from here itself, no? Polymeric structure. Yes or no? So red phosphorus is having a which kind of a structure? Polymeric structure. Whereas white phosphorus is discrete molecule. Is a discrete molecule. What do you mean by discrete molecule? If you see your textbook, you can read somewhere this word will come for the white phosphorus. White phosphorus discrete molecules means these molecules are not associated. One P4 is separated, but in red phosphorus one P4, first P4 1 2 3, this P4 is associated to other. This is associated to other. This is associated to other. So here also chain continuous. Here also chain continuous, and they form a long polymeric molecule. That's why I told that red phosphorus is a polymeric structure, whereas white phosphorus is a discrete molecule. Clear? And second point, one thing more, very important point. See, white phosphorus was highly reactive. Why? Due to this structure only. This was the structure of white phosphorus. Yes or no? Sorry. This was the structure of white phosphorus. So this was the structure of white phosphorus. Yes or no? So this is a white phosphorus. Now this bond broken, chain continuous, here also chain continuous. So this is red phosphorus. Clear? Now this is a white phosphorus. Now we have seen that white phosphorus was highly reactive due to this strange structure, due to this clumsy and highly pressurized bonds. Yes or no? So this was white phosphorus, and white phosphorus was highly reactive due to this strange structure. Yes or no? Pressurized structure. But you see here this bond is broken. Yes or no? Now when this bond is broken means now it is not highly pressurized as it was pressurized in the white phosphorus. Now it is less strained. Yes or no? Less strained it is there. Who? Red phosphorus. So I can say that the red phosphorus structure is less strained, less pressurized than the white phosphorus. Due to this reason, red phosphorus is less reactive than white phosphorus. Yes or no? So red phosphorus is less reactive than white phosphorus. Yes or no? Understood or not? See, white phosphorus was highly reactive. Why highly reactive? Due to this strange structure. The bond angle was 90 degree but expected was 90 degree but actually 60 degree, and due to this compact clumsy structure, this white phosphorus was highly reactive. But now you see the red phosphorus, the bond is broken. Yes or no? Which was making the strain. Now red phosphorus structure is less strained, less pressurized than who? Than white phosphorus. When the structure is less pressurized, than the white phosphorus, so when white phosphorus is highly reactive due to structure, strain structure, whereas red phosphorus, red phosphorus, the structure is less strained, so less reactive. That's why written what? Red phosphorus is less reactive than white phosphorus due to its relaxed structure. Clear this part? So you can write down this, then I will go with the property. Clear? Draw this structure. These structures are important. Will ask in the exam. See, these 3 points are very important. As the name indicates, red phosphorus means red crystalline solid substance. Clear? Red phosphorus is a polymeric structure. I have shown you how I have drawn this structure. Clear? And white phosphorus is highly reactive due to its strain structure. White phosphorus is highly reactive due to its strain structure. Whereas in red phosphorus, the structure is less strained. When structure is less strained means the red phosphorus will be less reactive than white phosphorus. Okay. White phosphorus is a discrete molecule, means white phosphorus will be separate molecule because all the bonds are in the same structure. Whereas red phosphorus is not a discrete molecule. Red phosphorus is a polymeric structure and they are associated molecules. They are joined together. Whereas white phosphorus are not joined together. They are separate. That's why white phosphorus is a discrete molecule, whereas red phosphorus is an associated molecule and form the polymeric structure. So you can copy out this. Then I will go with the property of red phosphorus. Clear? Chalo, write down.